Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see you today. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor on this Tuesday. Sometimes I am just clueless. There are times I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I'm just, things may be happening around me, believe it or not, and I'm just clueless, especially in a situation like last night. Last night, my wife and I had to make a quick trip. We drove over 600 miles yesterday, 600 miles, and at about 11:30, I was just pretty much toast. And so I said, hey, I've got to stop and get me some coffee. And so I whipped into this convenience store, and again, it's 11:30 at night. And when I drove in the store, this convenience store, I noticed a lot of activity, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's people everywhere. There's people with backpacks and bags and people talking to people, cars pulling up, and just a lot of activity. Well, I was focused on getting inside that convenience store and getting me some community coffee. I needed some coffee. So here I jump out of the vehicle and I go in there. And again, inside the store, there is people everywhere. And they're just kind of hanging out. But in the midst of all the crowd, all the things going on, I heard a noise. I heard a song. I was getting my coffee, and I heard that song, I'm going up the rough side of the mountain. It's an old black gospel song. And so immediately my ears perked up because I spent many days in radio, and that's one of those songs that we would often play. I'm going up the rough side of the mountain. And so I walked over to the counter with my coffee in hand. And the cashier was there, and I said, hey, we're fixing to have some church up in here. And he just smiled and kind of nodded. And I got my coffee. And I left after I paid for it and went and got in the vehicle. And my wife said to me, hey, I think there's a lot going on here. And I said, well, what do you mean? As I sipped on my community coffee. And she says, I think there's maybe some drug deals going on. And I'm not for sure what all is going on here, but there's some stuff going on here. Often, guys, if we just listen, our wives pick up on some things that maybe we're clueless about. So just some insight there. And so I'm like, oh, really? But here's the thing. The guy inside the store, the cashier, the one lone man, in the midst of everybody coming in and doing whatever it is they were doing and trying to sell whatever they was trying to sell or whatever, he was trying to change the atmosphere. And he had that gospel music blaring. He was trying to change his atmosphere. And sometimes we all find ourselves in less than desirable situations. But in those situations, if we can insert God into that situation somehow, some way, maybe it's just praying, maybe it's worshiping, maybe it's playing gospel music, maybe it's opening our Bible up and leaving it somewhere. Maybe it's visibly reading our Bible. Maybe it's humming along with a gospel song on the radio. We can change our atmosphere in the midst of the darkest storm, in the midst of the worst atmosphere. We're there. We can run from it. But sometimes, like this gentleman last night at the store, he had to pay the bills. And so he was there working. But what he was trying to do is he was trying to change his atmosphere. He was trying to insert God into the situation. Today, I encourage you to change your atmosphere. Bring God into the situation. When he gets involved in the situation, things will not remain the same. God bless you. Hey, have a marvelous Tuesday. Appreciate you watching Coffee with the Pastor. Appreciate you liking, sharing, and commenting on today's Coffee with the Pastor. God bless you.